What's up, guys? It's Frankie Finn, and for those of you guys who don't know me, I am the author of the book Beyond the Agency Box, and since 2007 I've built 3 different agencies up to about 100 plus simultaneous clients, and I've helped hundreds of people around the world to live the whole laptop beach agency lifestyle. We're cruising around here in a canyon, middle of nowhere, Mexico. The family is there. I don't know if you can see them over my shoulder. And this video is about SOPs, standard operating procedures, how to make one, why you'd want them, kind of like the overall, like larger, higher level strategic view of what you want to use them for so that you can remove yourself from your agency and, you know, have a cool life, do some cool things. So let's get into how to do that. My Heidi B is screaming in the background. By the way, we have quite the echo, for example. Echo! See? So that's actually probably a good starting place, because I hear all the time from people who run agencies when they start reaching stage 2 where you start hiring people, they're like, man, like these people don't have my quality, they don't care about work like I do, and I want to take some time away, I want to have some fun in my in my life, I don't always want to be working, I hired these people to make my life easier and now it's just easier to do it myself. Solution to all of that, by the way, is called an SOP. If it feels like easier to do it yourself, it's almost always you need to get a process out in your head, either in video or on paper, so that somebody else can follow your specific anal way of doing it and you can clone yourself. When you do this, what happens is you can start, instead of just doing 40 hours a week or 60 hours a week, what you can personally output, you can use the Schwartz.
You have the ring, and I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now let's see how well you handle it.
I never get tired of using the Schwartz. Use the Schwartz, you can start multiplying your efforts. You can get like a caterpillar where all the legs of the machine are all moving in one direction. So there's basically really only, I should say, 3 ways of making an SOP. Way number 1, this is my way I do it in my own agency. It's not the only way, I just want to tell you it's our way. And that is you fire up something like Loom or Zoom, and you make a video and you hit record and you explain the task as you're doing it so that somebody else can come in behind you and follow your instructions step by step. I usually say at the start of the videos, sometimes I forget, but I usually try and tell my people this video is here for you so you can go back to it if you need to, like reference it again and again. So there's that. Second way, by the way, is to take like a Google Doc or some kind of thing like that, or like a online wiki, but it's going to be written and you're going to explain step by step and checklist. And I'll tell you, there's a really awesome book you should read on this, by the way. It's called The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. By the way, I just want to show you like what I think is a pretty fucking epic view here. So The E-Myth by Michael Gerber is all about service businesses that want to scale, including, by the way, an agency is a service business. And one of the things that happens is as you start to scale, like things get missed, details get missed. And so one of the things they give, like an example that I remember from the book, it's like a hotel room where they want to make a great customer experience or client experience where they come into the hotel and they want to have it like all clean. They want to have the room prepared. They like to put a little handwritten note on the pillow. And so all they did is they just turned the cleaning process into a checklist. Did you clean the toilet? Check. Did you clean the sink? Check. Did you make the bed? Check. Did you change the sheets? Check. Did you leave a handwritten note saying, thank you, dear client, coming to stay here on the pillow? Yes or no, right? So, and what they found is this hotel, they could consistently deliver these amazing experiences. It was just a checklist. That's all it really is. So all an SOP is at its core function is a step-by-step checklist. Now the hardest part, by the way, if you've never done this before, is there's all kinds of decisions and processes that are in here that will feel unnatural to let them out. In fact, the first time you do this, I'll find it usually slows you down about probably 2 or 3 times. But once you get it, like once you really, really get it, you can start rigorously cloning yourself and making stuff happen without you, which is like an echo, right? It's like the work you do can be done your way, like an echo, and you don't have to be the one doing it all. And the better you do this, by the way, the more consistent experience. And I'll tell you the biggest reason to do this it's better for your fucking clients because you'll be more consistent. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I have days where I don't want to fucking get out of bed, right? Like, I have days where I don't feel like doing shit. It's really, really nice to know that my SOPs and my team are building things when I'm not. And that's why it delivers this more consistent, and it frees you to work on the big picture work. So the first time you go through this, by the way, from start to finish, building all the processes in your agency, it usually takes about 6 months and it's awful. The second time you do it, you can do it in about 2 or 3 weeks. And you get increasingly faster with each time. Ask me how I know, because I've done it in 3 different agencies. First time it just like seemed to take forever. The biggest thing, by the way, before you make a bunch of SOPs is 2 things will stop you from doing that. One of those is if you're doing too much custom work and you're not niched down enough, then what'll happen is it'll be impossible to come up with SOPs, and that's a fundamental flaw in your agency that needs to be fixed before you can address the SOPs. The other thing that'll stop you from doing it is if your processes are too complex to begin with. You want to simplify and think about what gets the results. So like one of our mastermind members, which by the way is a fucking pretty awesome place if you guys are interested in it, you should first probably read my book, which is on Amazon. But if you're ready for the mastermind stage and you're between 5 and 15 clients, you probably should check that out. By the way, my youngest daughter is named Zelda, so I get to wear that I'm a Zelda dad, because it is true. So what ends up happening is your processes are too bloated. So one of our mastermind members, Kyle, just had his first $100,000 month, which is really cool. I'm pretty stoked, proud of him for all he's accomplished. But one of the things that happened with Kyle is like, okay, so he was doing a whole bunch of SEO. One of the things he found is that the client would give him the website, and almost always the website's not really SEO optimized. He needs to fix the title tags and the load times and the images and all those kind of things. And so it's like, fuck, when you get this website, right? But I asked him, I'm like, Kyle, like, what's actually ultimately producing the results for your client? He said, actually, most of our rankings come from the Google My Business. So my suggestion was really, really simple, which is build your process around the GMB and don't even worry about optimizing the website. You can, add that on as a service later in 6 months, but focus on the thing that's producing the results. The other thing that'll stop you with your SOPs is having processes that are overly complex. And the easiest way to trim it down is just to think, is this producing the result for the client, yes or no? And if the answer is no, and it's nice to have, you should probably trim it, and you'll have just a much better, much cooler thing. So that's all I got for you guys in this video. I hope that's helpful to you guys who are doing SOPs. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and may the force be with you.